So today I am here to discuss solve question series number 2 of Russians in India chapter number 10 of history class 10. Myself Avinash from MITS College Gwalior. Now discussing our questions. Long answer type questions. Number 1. How did the industrialists relate to the civil disobedience movement? Analyze them role. Answer. During the First World War, Indian merchants and industrialists made huge profits and emerged as a powerful section. They opposed colonial policies that restricted business activities because they wanted to expand their business. They formed Indian Industrial and Commercial Congress in 1920 and the Federation of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, that is known as FICCI, in 1927. They supported the civil disobedience movement when it was launched and attacked colonial control over the Indian economy. They gave financial restraint and refused to buy or sell imported goods. Most businessmen came to see Swaraj as a time when colonial restrictions on business would no longer exist and trade and industry would flourish without constraints. Eminent businessmen like Purushottam Das, Thakur Das, and G.D. Birla also came in support of the civil disobedience movement. Now moving to second question. Explain the effects of non-cooperation movement on the economic front. The effects are as follows. Number 1. The import of foreign clothes halved between 1921 and 1922 and its value dropped from 102 crore to 57 crore. That it was a huge declination in that time. Foreign goods were boycotted, liquor shops picketed, and foreign clocks burned in huge bonfire. In many places, traders and merchants refused to trade in foreign goods or finance foreign goods. As the boycott movement spread, people refused to wear imported clothes and wore only Indian ones. Production of Indian textile and handlooms went up. Question number 3. How did peasants of Awadh use different methods to achieve their goal? Explain. Answer. The peasants of Awadh were led by Baba Ramchandra. The following methods are used are as follows. Number 1. They raised their demand for reduction of revenue, abolition of beggar, and security of land tenure. They took to social boycott of oppressive landlords. In many places, the panchayats organized Nai Dhobi Bandh to deprive the landlord of basic service of barber and washerman. Awadh Kisan Sabha was set up with more than 300 branches in the villages around Awadh. Question number 4. Describe the developments which lead to the launching of non-cooperation movement. Answer. In 1916, Gandhiji traveled to Champaran in Bihar to inspire peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. In 1917, he organized Satyagraha to support the peasants of Kheda in Gujarat. In 1918, he organized Satyagraha for cotton mill worker in Ahmedabad. In 1919, nationwide Satyagraha was launched against Rowlatt Act. Passing of the Rowlatt Act leading to unrest among Indians and arrest of prominent leader made Gandhiji launch the non-cooperation movement. Now question number 5. Describe the main features of Pune Act. At the second round table conference, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar demanded separate electorates for Dalit. When the British conceded Dr. Ambedkar's demand, Gandhiji, who was opposed to this, went on a fast unto death. He believed that separate electorates for Dalits would slow down the process of their integration into society. Ambedkar ultimately accepted Gandhi's position by signing a pact in 1932, known as the Pune Pact. The Pune Pact gave the depressed classes reserved seats in the provincial and legislative council, but they were to be voted by the general electorate. Now moving to the next question, question number 6. How could non-cooperation become a movement? Give your opinion. Answer. Non-cooperation became a movement in the following ways. The idea of non-cooperation was first introduced by Gandhiji in his own book Hindu Swaraj, where he declared that since the British had established their rule in India with the cooperation of Indians, it would collapse only when the cooperation was withdrawn. Initially, non-cooperation was to start in stages: the surrender of British honor and title, boycott of British office, institutions and foreign goods, followed by civil disobedience campaign. Finally, at Nagpur session of Congress in 1920, the program of civil disobedience and non-cooperation was adopted. In case the government used repressive method, a full-scale civil disobedience campaign would then be launched. At the same time, Gandhiji and Shaukat Ali began touring and mobilizing support for the movement. Question number 7. Explain the idea of Satyagraha according to Gandhiji. Satyagraha emphasized on the power of truth and the need to search for truth. It was a novel method of protesting through mass agitation. Without the use of force, the oppressor could be persuaded to see the truth and it will ultimately triumph. It suggested that in a struggle against injustice, if the cause is right, there was no need for aggression or physical force. Victory could be won by appealing to the conscience of the oppression. Question number 8. Describe any three suppressive measures taken by the British administration to clamp down on nationalists. Mahatma Gandhi wanted non-violent civil disobedience movement against the Britishers, which would start with a hartal on 6 April. Alarmed by the popular upsurge, the British administration decided to clamp down on nationalists are as follows. Number 1. Local leaders were picked up from Amritsar. Gandhiji was barred from entering Delhi. On 10th April, the police in Amritsar opened fire upon a peaceful procession which led to widespread attack on bank, post office and railway station. Martial law was imposed and General Dyer took command. Question number 9. Describe the main features of the Salt March. Features of Salt March are as follows. Number 1. Gandhi started the historic Dandi March, that is Salt March from Sabarmati Ashram, Ahmedabad, accompanied by 78 trusted volunteers. The distance from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, a coastal town on the coast of Gujarat, was 20 to 40 miles. The volunteers walked for 24 days, 10 miles a day. Thousands of people came here to Delhi, came to hear Gandhiji. They explained the meaning of Swaraj to them. On 6th April, he reached Dandi, violated the salt law, and manufactured salt by boiling seawater. In next part, we will discuss more about these questions in the series number 3. Thank you guys.